The central government has agreed to let Kinmen, Penghu and Matsu set up COVID testing sites to screen airport arrivals. The Central Epidemic Command Center said testing must be strictly voluntary, offered only if the arrivals meet certain risk assessment criteria. The decision came after Kinmen put up a screening station without prior approval, saying that all arrivals must have a negative COVID test result before entering the island. The CECC had swiftly nullified the policy and said that all entry and exit restrictions must be set by the central government.
Kinmen County Commissioner Cheng-wu tries out a disinfection archway in the arrivals lounge at Kinmen Airport. He says he's pleased with the setup and even more pleased about the COVID test station that's finally up and running. Yang posted about it on Facebook, writing that the central government had responded to his request for a test station in good faith. He said that as COVID kept spreading, containment was his top priority. He said he was happy to receive good news from the central government, which initially rejected his plan to have COVID test sites at the airport. Yang announced last Sunday that all arrivals at Kinmen would need to provide proof of a negative PCR test taken within 3 days of their departure. Those without would have to get a rapid test at the airport. The announcement was swiftly repudiated by the central government. But after negotiations, the Taiwan CDC agreed to let the island counties of Kinmen, Penghu, and Matsu provide rapid tests to arrivals willing to take one.
Over these past 2 days, we have made it clear that whenever there is a Central Epidemic Command Center, all epidemic prevention measures must be coordinated by the CECC head. The local heads of the island counties are aware of these rules and they know that such regulations must be set by the central government.
But with one issue resolved, another has arisen. KMT legislator Chen-wu, who represents Kinmen, says that testing on the outlying islands won't be enough to keep COVID out. She says the travelers should be tested right on Taiwan proper before boarding their flight.
Say that you land in Kinmen and you get tested and the test comes out positive. Kinmen doesn't have sufficient medical resources. We don't have enough negative pressure isolation wards. Would we have to make arrangements to send the patient back to Taiwan proper for treatment? During the flight, everyone on the plane is in an enclosed space and in contact with one another. Doesn't this also pose a big risk? The correct way to deal with this would be to set up the rapid testing stations on Taiwan proper, for example at Songshan Airport, instead of pushing the front lines against COVID all the way to Kinmen.
With COVID cases surging, the lawmaker is asking the CECC for rapid testing right at Songshan Airport.